Mike? Mike is the alpha of this rogue pack. Does that mean he is this rogue king that everyone is talking about? The happy-go-lucky goofball that just follows his friends around. This is their leader? I never saw that coming. There are even a few guys I'm not super familiar with that I would have pegged as the leader over him. He's not a small guy, but he doesn't come across as a fighter. Maybe like people do to me, I underestimated his abilities. I know that you want me. I see the way you look at me. You can't help it or deny it, he says in a smooth voice. What are you talking about? I whisper, so confused about who is standing in front of me right now. So shy and innocent. I knew there was a fighter in there somewhere. It just needed the right motivation to come out. I'm glad to know I am that reason for you. That you will defend your connection to me to the last. This boy has lost his ever-loving mind. Is he really this self-absorbed that he can turn Janice's jealousy into me fighting her for him? No one is that crazy, right? You were not a reason for anything that I did here. I didn't even know it was you she was talking about. Don't play coy with me. You already have my attention. You don't need to play hard to get. I know you could sense my power and you were drawn to me. No, I can't honestly say that is true in any way. I'm not drawn to anyone, least of all you. I should really stop talking, but I can't seem to help myself. Maybe the shock is getting to me, but he might kill me just for insulting him, based on the look that briefly flashed across his face. Before I can get too far into that thought process, though a loud growl and snarl come from my left, and a large gray and white patched wolf comes barreling towards us. I jump out of the way, ready to shift, my brain fog gone in a flash, ready to fight my next attacker if needed. But the wolf heads straight for Mike and stops right in front of him. The loud sounds of popping and snapping draw my attention, but I keep Mike in my line of sight, not trusting him in any way, stepping away from both of them slowly. Why? Why did you do it? Tyler roared at Mike. You killed her? It was both an accusation and a question. You chose her, took her from me. Why would you kill her? You could have just given her back to me. I didn't kill her, friend. I never actually would have killed her. She was easy and fun to have around, always willing to show me how devoted and dedicated she was to me. Mike closed his eyes and licked his lips. Gross. Even after I chose my Luna, I would have kept her around for variety. And she would have stayed too. She never would have gone back to you. She always had the choice. His eyes were now challenging and calculating, but I don't know if it was directed at Tyler or me. He's a snake and knows how to use his words. That is how he's gotten this far. Your new little toy here was jealous and wanted me all to herself. Apparently, she doesn't like to share. She's the one who killed your mate. Tyler turned to me menacingly. The man I knew was gone. His wolf is feral with grief, and Tyler no longer has control. He starts to stalk towards me, slowly, hesitating, like he's having a fight with himself. Maybe he is. His human side who knows me and knows I wouldn't just kill his mate for no reason versus the wolf part that can't live without his mate. What the F, cuck? You are crazy. She attacked me and you know it. I point at Mike, but don't take my eyes off Tyler. Tyler, you know I wouldn't kill someone out of spite. I didn't even know she was your mate, or the crazy B-teach that left you for this tool. I'm pissed because I see what Mike is doing now. He is tying up loose ends, and Tyler is a loose end now that he is mateless and out of control. He's no longer a good soldier. I have to divide my attention between the two of them. One is taunting to see who will come out the victor, and one is so out of control that he will kill me or I will kill him, and either way it will break one of us in the end. Where is everyone? Osiston and Nicholas and the rest of the team shouldn't have been that far from me. The thought flits through my mind as Tyler growls again and takes more controlled, faster steps towards me. His wolf is winning. You know Tyler isn't there anymore. Losing a mate is hard enough, but most males lose their humanity without their other half. He will destroy you, and I would hate to see that. You really should defend yourself, love. I would really hate to have to start my search over. It took me a long time to find you, and you are the strongest I have seen, the first to beat Janice, and she took on many worthy candidates. You used her to vet potential Lunas? You are crazy. I keep moving back, keeping distance between Tyler and I. I am trying to mind link my team, but my head hurts. And it feels like there is a weight on my brain. Oh, you can stop trying to talk to your sister and your uncle and whoever else was following you. They can't help you here. I stop short. How did he know I had people following me? Bring her back to me, Tyler growls out. I look back at him. You know I can't do that, no one can. I'm sorry, Tyler. I didn't mean to hurt her. I didn't know. Tears are falling from my eyes, but I don't move to wipe them. I have to be ready. Mike will give some kind of signal, and he will attack me. You can. You're the Luna now. You can bring her back. Let him mark you, and gain your full strength and bring her back with your powers. I am no one's Luna, and even if I was, they don't have that kind of power. I don't know what Mike has told you, but he is lying to you. You are the next Luna Queen. You have been chosen. The current Alpha King will soon fall. He won't get away with letting his people suffer. There are more people in the royal line that are better for the job. He has gotten lazy and arrogant. The Luna Queen has the power of the moon goddess. Bring her back. I can see Mike's eyes light up at the idea that Tyler will beat me or make me submit. He is cruel and has brainwashed these people into believing he is right, and they have suffered at the hands of Alpha Reggie. I'm going to try and stick with logic for now. I have no idea what you are talking about. The next Luna Queen hasn't been found yet. And even if it was me, which it's not, they communicate with and talk to the moon goddess. That's all. There are no other secret, hidden, special powers. Mike is lying to you. He's not even the next Alpha King. And from what I can see, he's a coward, hiding behind others so he doesn't have to do any real work. He is no true leader. Now I am taunting. If I am in this fight by myself, then I am going to control it. This is my forte. I will not be bested here. Mike growls. You will be my Luna Queen and give me access to the full powers of the Alpha King when we mate. Tyler, bring her to me and try to hurt her as little as possible. Mike turns around. Apparently my audience with him is over. Tyler lunges, grabbing for my arm. I move out of the way. Don't make this harder than it already is. He grumbles at me and reaches for me again. I'm not going anywhere with you or him. I won't be his mate. I keep dodging, trying to take in my surroundings as I spin us in a circle. Janice stopped me in a clearing of sorts. It's not as big as the bonfire area, but could easily hold 30 or 40 people. In wolf form, they would be cramped. I can see some kind of shimmer along the ground, weaving in and out of the trees surrounding us. It looks like a haze of frost on a really cold night, flashes of light reflecting off the facets of ice crystals. Some kind of spell is AT work here. That's how he is keeping me from my team. My brand should work through all of that, but maybe mine won't since it is only a partial branding. Or maybe the casters he is using are just that powerful. Tyler runs at me now. I'm not sure if he's going to try and fight me or what, but he is on a mission and it isn't to help me. I let him get within an arm's reach and push off of his shoulder, propelling myself upwards while trying to push him down. He stumbled a bit, but righted pretty fast. All the times we worked out, sparring and grappling is something we never did. He's not bad, but I know I'm better. I just don't want to have to kill him to survive this fight. He turns quickly and comes back at me. this time getting a good grip on my arm and trying to swing me around so my back is to his front. I let the pull happen, and right before I impact with his chest, I drop down and punch him in the thigh and roll back before he can fall on me. He drops to one knee, grunting. His head raises up, looking into the forest. Let's go. Before my brain can process what that means, several things happen at once. A bright light flashes, as though the clearing itself is illuminating. A battle cry waves up and washes over me as at least 20 bodies charge towards us. I'm on my feet in an instant. I lose sight of Tyler as arms are flying at me in all directions, and I am on the defensive, just trying to stop the worst of the blows. I am hit everywhere except for my face. My whole body is on fire from the pain, and I can't even shift. I have no contact with my wolf, no matter how much I scream for her. I don't know when I lost contact. Maybe it was when I first got to this place with Janice, and I lost my ability to mind link. Enough. She needs to be able to bear my children. The crowd stops and parts for Mike to enter, looking flawless. He was not a part of this fight either. How are they so blind to his lack of action? Bring her along and make sure she's unconscious until I am ready for her. What the hell does he mean, bear his children? I'm not mating with this psycho. And unconscious. Why do I have to be unconscious? It's all I can think before people are on me again. I am punching and kicking everything I can, with no idea who or what I am making contact with. My heart is racing along with my mind. All I can see is limbs grabbing for me. I have to get out of this, but I have no idea how that is going to happen. I am grossly outnumbered, so not even my skills are going to get me out of this. I need help, and according to Mike, no one is coming because I am cut off from everyone. He is a step ahead again. I finally feel a blow to the back of my head that makes my vision blurry for a moment. I grunt and moan as I fall forward and catch myself on my hands and knees amongst bare feet surrounding me. Then I feel a sharp pinch to the back of my neck, but I can't scream or pull away. I am so dizzy and tired. I just want to take a nap and pretend like this show never happened. I feel the energy drain from my body, like it's leaking out, and the last thing I remember is Robbie's sad eyes looking at me before mine close. Drip, 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 drip. I could go the rest of my life and never wake up to that sound again. Urgh, I breathe out, sitting up to my knees. My chest hurts, but I can't tell if it's bruised or if it's broken ribs. I moved to rub the hair out of my face and found that each of my hands is cuffed in a metal shackle. I raise my right arm to the full height allowed and follow the chain to a bolt in the floor a few feet behind me. I notice the chains going to my feet too. So I am bolted to the floor. Interesting. This is either standard operating procedure or they think I am a risk. I'll have to talk to someone before I can decide if my ego gets the boost or not. I did realize pretty quickly that my eyes don't open all the way right now, and I am slow to move and think. This is all too familiar for me, but I can't decide if it pisses me off or if it scares me more. The room, or I guess dungeon basement is probably more appropriate, is stone from what I can gather, and the cold, musty air lets me know I am underground. There is a single bare bulb in the corner farthest from me, and it is the only light source here. There is a table and chair near the light, so it's obviously not meant for me. There is no other furniture here. The only thing I notice is more chains leading to a lump of clothes or blankets about 10 feet from me. So there either is or was another person here. I'm not sure how I feel about either situation. I hear footsteps and then keys jingling before the lock disengages with an echo in the room. The door creaks open like a bad horror movie, and I half expect Igor to walk through saying, "Yes, master." It's less interesting than that, though. It's one of the guys I recognize from the runs, but I don't remember his name. He never really talked to me, so it didn't matter. Good. You're finally up. I was getting tired of having to feed you through an IV and getting beat for taking so long. Michal is not a patient alpha. I'm not sure if he's talking to me or at me. Let him know that setting his whole pack to beat on one person is excessive and causes excessive damage that needs time to heal without a wolf to help. As an alpha, he should be smart enough to know that, but his alpha status is questionable at best, so that might be it too. Yep, I'm trying to get myself killed and I can't seem to stop my mouth from running. What is the food laced with? Just so I know what to expect. I can smell that it's off from here. You guys need to get better at this prisoner thing. His head snaps to me, and I see 3 long scars run from his hairline to his chin. You had better watch what you say to the alpha. He may have chosen you to be his Luna, but he won't tolerate insults. Perfect. Thank you for the information. Any idea when his wannabe alphaness is going to grace me with his presence? I'd rather get this rejection over quickly. I try to sound bored, but I need to keep him talking, and insulting his alpha seems to get him to speak the most. Where are we? I looked forever to find your hideout and could never come across it. But that is probably a witch thing, isn't it? I'm not even going to hide that I was looking for them. They knew I had people with me and guarding me, so I have to assume they knew why I was in the area. You're not as dumb and innocent as people think, are you? I wouldn't say I've given any reason for people to think I am dumb. A 16-year-old qualifying and going to college does not scream stupid to me. How about you? He huffs a single laugh and goes back to whatever he is doing at the table with his back to me. Where are Robbie and Tyler? I ask, just to keep the conversation going. Robbie is probably still on assignment at the college. Tyler is dealing with his loss. He looks back over his shoulder at me. You managed to make a lot of waves in a very short amount of time. I have that effect on people. I tend to be annoyingly in the way. I still think Tyler should have rejected Janice. It would have saved him the trouble he's going through now. She was selfish and allowed herself to be manipulated and used, apparently. No one deserves a mate like that. The alpha gets what he wants, so unless you want to die, you let him have it. He shrugs like that is a reasonable explanation going back to his task. That is stupid. Why am I here and when can I leave? You were told. The alpha has chosen you as his Luna. He's been watching you for months and has decided that you have whatever he is looking for. Another shrug. Yeah, I am going to pass on that. I am not his Luna or his mate, and he certainly is no true alpha the way he acts. I'm not interested. You don't seem to understand, it's not a choice. He will keep you here until you voluntarily become his Luna, or he will keep you here and forcefully mark and mate with you as his Luna. Either way, he chose you and he's not one to be denied. Why does he want to mate with me? He can mate with anyone and produce an heir. That is not my job to know, but my guess is you're strong and intelligent. You can fight from what I was able to see, and he wants all of those qualities in his offspring. I decided to change the topic for now. I don't want to mate with Mike, and just the thought makes my empty stomach curdle with disgust. So, who's my roommate? I nod towards the pile of torn and dirty material. Now that I am waking up and whatever they gave me is wearing off, I can smell a living being over there. Still not sure if it's a good thing or bad thing that the person is alive, though. She was the daughter of an alpha whose pack we took over. She was the Luna of choice until we found you. With her alpha blood, she would produce strong heirs as well, but she is taking too long to produce a child. The alpha wants an heir soon. So, I'm here because Wannabe can't get her pregnant? That doesn't bode well for his reputation. It is, of course, something to do with her, not our alpha. She has been difficult, and I believe she's not getting pregnant on purpose. Really? These guys are stupid if they really believe that, but I will keep that to myself. I just hope they haven't done too much damage to her. How long has she been here? A little over a year. He brings me a bowl that has some kind of stew-like substance in it. After he places it in front of me, he walks over and kicks at her with his foot. He's been forcing himself on her for a year? I can't help the disgust and shock in my voice. He ignores me and kicks at her again. Get up. You need to eat before he gets here. He's expecting to see you both up and well today. I'll bring in stuff for you both to clean up with soon. He places a bowl near her, and then he leaves. Just like that. Doesn't even look to see if she is awake or if I can reach my food, which is barely the way that I am chained up. I lean forward, sniffing the contents of the bowl. It definitely has something in it that smells wrong, but I can't place what it might be. It's wolfsbane and belladonna mixed together. She sits up like Scarface, wasn't just kicking her like a dog. It's also less exhausting if you pretend to be asleep. Talking to them is like talking to brainless zombies. Everyone who works for the jackass believes what he is doing is right. He's good with his words, and to the right people his actions are admirable, but they don't see what is going on behind the scenes. She leans forward and pulls her bowl towards herself and starts poking around with her finger. No utensils? Does he think we'll use them as weapons? I half joke since that was my first thought when I saw the food in the first place. She just looks at me, a knowing, slightly demented look on her face. Well, at least tell me you took someone out with your skills, I say in response. At least she's a fighter and not some damsel in distress. Of course I did. I also gave Josh his new look. She tilts her head towards the door. Well, I get why Scarface doesn't like you now. Is there anything edible in the bowl? I tilt my head towards hers. She is clearly still alive, so she must be getting nutrients somehow. The wolfsbane is dark blue and looks black when they mix it in with the food, almost like large pepper flakes. Belladonna is green or gray and resembles sage. So if you brush off the seasoning, it tends to affect you less. But always look doped up when they come in so they don't give us more. Got it? She is whispering rapidly. You know about herbs and plants? That's kind of cool, actually. I wouldn't have even thought to separate the food. I just would have avoided eating. I whisper back, assuming someone is listening outside the large door. I tried that at first, but then they just give me an IV, and I have no idea what's in that. So I figured this is better. Who taught you about belladonna and wolfsbane? My aunt was a witch, so I dabbled a bit with her. I figure a witch must be helping in the kitchen, because the herbs are sprinkled on top instead of being cooked in. Cooked in would be harder to separate, and the effects would be in the food itself. But I have been able to have almost no real reaction in months. I began to mimic what she was doing and pick off any flakes that looked like seasoning. It wasn't foolproof, but maybe I could build a tolerance like I have with silver. Trigger warning. So someone seems to be trying to help you a little? The question gives me a little hope that not everyone here is happy and willing to be here. I guess, but it's hard to say. I haven't left this place in a while. Did he says I've been here a year? Yep. I popped that before putting a piece of carrot in my mouth. I can feel my tongue tingle at the effects of the wolfsbane, but it isn't unbearable. This girl might be onto something. Then I realized I don't know her name. My name is Skylar, and you are? She looks up at me, surprised for a second, and then says, Gina, Alpha's daughter, Black Diamond Pack. Black Diamond? Where's that? I have never heard of her pack, but I didn't know many outside a couple 100-mile radius of Alpha Reggie's territory. So it isn't hard to believe I haven't heard the name. We're up in Canada, closer to Alaska, if that helps. You're a long way from home then, assuming we are still in the vicinity of where they took me. We've been in this location for a little while. At least I haven't been moved, and I usually go where their alpha goes. He likes to keep his toys close, she says darkly. Before I can reply, Scarface comes back with a bucket of water and 2 small cloths. He drops them all in front of us, sloshing water out of the bucket. Get clean. He wants you presentable in an hour. You do realize that my current situation will not allow for that, right? I look at the chains on my wrist and back to him, and then to make sure he really understood, I make an attempt at reaching forward to show the extent of movement I have with the chains, which keeps me a good 4 feet from the bucket in question. Figure it out, it's not my problem. Then he turns around and stalks out. I let out a laugh. I couldn't keep it in. Gina looks at me like I have lost my mind. Sorry, I can't help it. I'm trying to stifle the amusement, but it's hard. So I try to explain between bouts. Whatever you did to him, F him up. He won't even bring water within 5 feet of us. He may act all tough, but that one is a chicken's tea who will wet his pants when he has to stand in front of you without the chains. She just looks dumbfounded for a second and then also laughs. We are trapped and chained up and laughing about our captors. What does that say about us? Her laughter subsides a bit. I don't know about you, but there were at least 20 people set on me, and I'm pretty sure I was drugged. I know I'm a good fighter. It's the one thing I am confident in. They wouldn't have caught me in a fair fight. But really, until we know what is going on, we should try and clean up. It keeps the hitting to a minimum, and Michelle likes to hit. He's kind of a sadist. I nod. She's right. Going along with this is the best way to figure out what is going on in general and figuring out exactly what Mike's endgame is. We were able to work together once Gina showed me that our foot chains were a continuous chain looped through an anchor in the floor. We each stretched out a leg and awkwardly pulled the bucket towards us. Gina showed me how Misha likes us to be prepared. I still wasn't sure what we were preparing for, though. I washed my face, hands, and arms and went to throw the cloth in the bucket when Gina stopped me. Wait, you have to clean everything. What do you mean, everything? My feet don't matter, 'cause they are just going to be on the gross floor the whole time. What else is there? If he's coming to see us, he plans on taking us. She looks at me like I should know this. He doesn't come to chat. He's obsessed with producing an heir. That's why we're here. The dark look that crosses her face is scary. What? She opened her mouth to say something when the large door swung open to reveal the D-Eckhead himself. Hello, my little ladies. How are you both today? He sounds so pleasant and nice, but the cold look in his eyes shows how dangerous his crazy is. My lovely Gina, it's really too bad that you haven't been able to give me what I want. You are so delicious, though, so I think I will keep you around for now. Should we show Skylar what she has to look forward to? I look at Gina and her jaw is set eyes forward, but they are blank. She doesn't move a muscle, just slow, controlled breathing. What are you going to do to us? I ask as calmly as I can, because what is running through my mind can't be possible, can it? I already told you I want and need an heir to my empire, and I will have one. I thought my lovely Gina would be the one to provide for me, but she has proven to not be able to do that. Let's see if you are more capable, Skylar. Open that sweet mouth, Gina. I want to make sure Skylar knows all my favorite things. He stalks towards her, undoing his pants. My eyes go wide, but Gina hasn't moved. I am frozen in place. This is really happening right in front of me. He pulls the front of his pants and underwear down just enough to reveal himself, while he continues to stalk forward. He stops inches from Gina's face, stroking himself right in front of her nose. I can feel my heart stutter knowing what is about to happen to her, and possibly to me. But Gina hasn't moved a muscle. Still stroking himself, Mike caresses her cheek like a lover would before he grips her jaw tight enough to cause her to whimper the smallest amount. I said, "Open up." He growls through his teeth at her. Show Skylar what happens to good little girls when they listen. And mind those teeth, it took far too long for your jaw to heal last time. I can see his fingers flex and force her mouth open before he rams his dick in, forcing her to gag. But she doesn't double over or show any other signs of distress. I close my eyes and start to turn my head away. I don't want to watch this. No one wants to watch this. but my head is stopped by two hands and I am forced to turn in Gina's direction again. I struggled, but with my hands and feet bound, there isn't much of a fight to be had. Mike looks over at me. Isn't she beautiful like this, Skylar? Keep those eyes open. I want you to see the wonderful way she takes care of her alpha. His voice is sickly sweet. I keep my eyes closed even with the force of the hands holding my head in place. Open your eyes, Skylar, he growls this time. Or I will let every warrior in this room have their turn with her, and they will be far less gentle than me. At Gina's muffled sob following that statement, I knew that I couldn't let her suffer like that. I don't want to watch this, but Gina is living it. And if she's been here over a year, who knows how many times he's violated her. I can live through it with her. At least this way she won't be alone. That's all I think about as I make eye contact with her. I try to fuzz out the rest of the view and focus only on her eyes. Her dark amber eyes are full of hopelessness and sorrow. If I find a way out of this, I am taking her with me, and now I know that Mike doesn't just need to be stopped. He needs to die. Gina can't be the only girl he has assaulted, and I might be next. We stay focused on each other like that for a long time. I hope she got some strength from me since there wasn't much more I could do. I could hear muffled talking and grunts and groans from Mike, but I kept pushing it from my mind, and focused only on Gina, her eyes watering so much the streams make streaks in the dirt that remains on her face. Such a good little girl. Mike coos at her. I just wish that you would give me the child I want. You should be ready for me now, right, my sweet Gina? Seriously? I can feel my own hot tears running down my face. I strain against my chains, trying to get to her, even though I know there's no way. Stop. Just stop. I whine out, unable to stop myself. Gina gives me a small shake of her head. Do you wish it was you, Skylar? I see the jealousy in your eyes, and I must say it's quite the turn-on. Gina crumples to the floor and doesn't move. Mike stands up, rights his clothes, and walks to me. He brushes his knuckles on my cheek. Soon, my Luna, you can have that pleasure too. My warriors were a little too rough with you, and I need you to heal a bit more before I can have you. Your bruising does not excite me at all. But I did enjoy the way you were both eyeing each other. I might have to work that into our time together. Then he turns and walks out, 3 warriors following him. I didn't even notice they were here. At least one was holding my head still. I can still feel the points where his fingers dug in. I might actually have bruises without my wolf, but the other 2 were just there to watch, I guess. As soon as the door was closed, I scooted as close to Gina as I could. Hey, I yelled. Are you okay? What can I do? That scene is going to give me nightmares for the rest of my life. But she needs me to stuff it and be strong right now. She turns her head so I can see her face. She is still crying, but silently. I would be ugly sobbing. It looked and sounded painful. I don't think I can ever have sex after this. There was nothing about that whole thing that looked pleasurable. Trigger warning. That was actually him being nice. She wipes her face. He must be trying to impress you. She winces as she moves to sit up. Normally, he likes to use whips and ropes. He likes to be rough. So this, she waves a dismissive hand, was nothing. What? I couldn't keep the horror out of my voice. I've been beaten before, but never assaulted. I've never been with anyone like that ever. My panic starts to rise. Of all the things I have been through, I don't know if I will survive this. The sadness and fear turns to anger. Anger at the idea that he's going to take something that is supposed to be special from me. He's already made me afraid of it. Gina fell into a fitful sleep, and it wasn't long before one of the warriors was back, and I immediately retreated back to the wall and made myself as small as possible, afraid I was next on the list of sex slaves. Don't worry, I can't have you yet, but I do need to get a few things done, so hold still. I did the exact opposite and started flailing and kicking as soon as he got too close. I had no idea what he was here to do, but I decided that no one was going to touch me the way Mike touched Gina. I got him in the groin and in the jaw before he could move away and run from the room. The scuffle didn't disturb Gina's sleep at all. My new punching bag came in, bleeding from the lip, with the other 2 warriors that were here earlier. And they held me down while he stuck a needle in my arm and took a vial of blood. Then, just to prove a point, they each took a strong swing at my face and kicked me in the sides. I think I passed out from the pain. I woke up later to someone else sticking a needle in my arm. I don't know what they need the blood for, and I don't know how much or how often they were taking it. But it felt like I was getting weaker and I just fell in and out of sleep. I did wake up to Mike hitting Gina with a loud smack of skin-on-skin contact, and he was violating her again. She wasn't so quiet this time, her cries stinging my ears, but I couldn't keep my eyes open long enough to do or say anything. I do remember the wild anger in Mike's eyes, though. That look is burned into my memory for good. This went on for days, or maybe weeks. I have no sense of time here. My mind feels as numb as my body, like something inside is broken. I don't remember dreaming either, just waking up with a start, panicking and breathing heavily. Sometimes there were people in the cell, sometimes it was just Gina and I. I did wake up to a soft cloth being wiped over my forehead and a small voice saying, "Shut." "Who are you?" I whisper through dry, cracked lips as I blink and try to sit up, but I'm too weak to even move. "It doesn't matter, but the moon goddess told me I need to help you. I don't have long, so listen. Tonight when dinner comes, eat everything. But it's poisoned." I start to protest, but she shakes her head. "Not tonight. Eat everything. It will help you get rid of the poisons in your body, and by morning you should be able to connect with your wolf." That is all I can do. You have to get out. We are out of time. I'm not leaving Gina here. He'll kill her if I leave. I have to find Gentry too. I groan, my stubbornness not letting me lay down while I'm arguing. I don't know why I am so adamant about this, but I am not just going to leave them here if this is how he treats females. Gentry is taking care of your food. Don't worry about her. She is safe for now. You are the most important thing right now. We aren't too far from your friends. How will I know where to go? I don't even know where we are. The moon goddess will guide you. You know that isn't helpful. I hiss at her. My head is throbbing from my latest beating. I just want a straight answer for once. That's all I can tell you. Gina should go with you. Trust your instincts. Get out. How is he hiding all of you? I need to know how to stop him. Defeat as many warriors as you can. They cannot be reasoned with or turned back to good. They have given their souls over to the dark magic. The weaker you make his army, the weaker he is. You know this. You've seen this. That doesn't tell me how to stop him. Once you are free, he will come for you. He knows who you are now, and he will come for you. A sound outside the door stops her explanation. I have to go. Remember to eat. She rushes out the door, and I hear muffled voices. I can't tell if they are angry or not, though. Hopefully, she was able to explain why she was in here. I hope she doesn't get hurt for coming in here with us. I scoot over to Gina and reach my toes out to touch hers. "Gina," I whisper into the silence. She groans. "Gina, wake up." She rolls over. "What do you want?" "I need to sleep. He was irritated that you weren't awake to watch this last time, and my whole body hurts." Her gravelly voice sounds worse than the first time. "A girl's just came in here and said to eat all the food we are brought tonight, and that it's supposed to help us get strong, so we can get out of here." Are you a fucking crazy? Of course they want us to eat all the food. It's how they control everyone. She starts to roll over. Wait. She knew about a witch that is a friend of mine and was also captured. She said the moon goddess sent her and told her to help us. So you just believe every positive thing you are told? Don't be stupid. This is our life, and this is what you have to look forward to. Get used to it. N-O, I shout, and then remember that I don't know if they can hear me outside the door or not. She said, get out and take out as many guys as possible. It's the only way to draw Mike out. We have to escape. I cannot stay here and neither can you. Whatever. Just don't get caught, 'cause Michel will kill you when he catches you. I don't care how golden he thinks your PSE is. I am not leaving without you. And I am not leaving. This is bad, but it will be so much worse if we are caught. I thought you were an alpha's daughter, I say as accusingly as I can. That got her attention. She slowly looks up at me, the full force of her alpha aura on display. That's what I thought. Stop being a B-teach and stand up for yourself. You probably still have pack members out there who need you. Get off your ass and help me get out of here. She growls at me and turns her back. I ignore her for now, but I am not leaving her here, no matter how much she fights me. She's so thin and frail that I could probably throw her over my shoulder and carry her out. The muscle I can see, though, tells me she probably still has some fight left in her. I get to work trying to figure out how to get these shackles off of me. My feet are out of the question. Even though I am little, they are on pretty tight, and I can't afford to break my foot to slip one off. I start to work on my hands, trying to figure out the best way to fold my hand to slip one off. I start with my left hand, since I am right dominant. I figure if I damage my left, I will still be able to fight if I have the full use of my right. I think I almost have my hand out when I hear the jangling of keys, and then the door pushes open to reveal one of the warriors that Mike seems to keep with him all of the time. I don't know their names, and I don't care to. These guys are the worst kinds of predators, and they will all die for what they have done to Gina and Gentry, and all the other nameless girls that have been through here. I was starting to feel hopeless, but now that I seem to have a purpose, it's all I can focus on. Gina and I will get out of here. We won't be unscathed, but we will be free. This jerkface walks over with a smile, like we're friends meeting up for lunch. It's good to see you awake. The alpha will be happy to hear you are up and waiting for him. He sets a plate with a couple slices of bread and apples in front of me. They don't even try to hide the herbs they are giving us. It's sprinkled all over the plate. I'm not up for him. There's really only so much sleeping anyone can do, even with the amount of sedatives you give us. I pushed the plate back at him with my foot. I heard a small, choking sound from Gina's side of the cell. Jerkface must not have heard her, though. He doesn't take his eyes off of me. It will be so much fun to watch the alpha break you. You will be screaming soon enough. Is that all the action you're allowed? I don't know where this is coming from, but I like the confused look that crosses his face, so I keep going. Watching your small D-act alpha is what does it for you, huh? Must be a sad life you lead here. His entire face contorts in anger, and he raises his hand to backhand me. You better not. You know he wants her soon, and he said not to lay another hand on her, so she is healthy enough to conceive. I know that voice. Anger boils in me. He let this happen, let them take me, and just stood by watching. My focus doesn't shift from Jerkface as Robbie strolls into the room. Feed her and get out. You have your orders. Don't tell me what my orders are. Last I heard, you were stripped of your status after your failure to bring her in on your own. She's here, isn't she? Robbie gestures towards me. The King asshole. No thanks to you. It took the whole crew to get her here. I'm aware. I am not dumb enough to pick a fight with her on my own. Why do you think the whole crew was brought in? Maybe you should not listen to rumors so much, and learn to just pay attention. It would help you with your status with the alpha, and maybe you could move up from prisoner duty. I heard a growl come from Jerkface, but he didn't respond. So Robbie must be right, and watching us is very low on the dominance list. Jerkface goes to stalk out the door, but as he passes Robbie, I notice a slight movement of Robbie's hand at Jerkface's waist. Then the sound of keys clattering to the floor. You should probably be more careful. It looks like you aren't maintaining your gear very well. Robbie smirks at him, then looks back at me. But only for a brief second, like he's trying to communicate something. But it is so quick I might have imagined it. Jerkface swipes his keys up off the floor and hooks them back on his belt. And that's when I see it. The clasp is loose. For whatever reason, Robbie is trying to help me. I look down at the measly food I was given, knowing I won't eat it, but my stomach protesting all the same. The door closes, and I hear the familiar sound of the lock engaging. I lean back against the wall, tilting my head and closing my eyes, but still concentrating on trying to get my hand out of this cuff. All I need is one free hand to take out Jerkface. We are leaving today. That was interesting to listen to. My eyes snap open to Gina. You were awake this whole time? I have been here a long time and learned a couple of things. For one, even though these guys seem to think everyone should be into BDSM, they don't touch me when I appear to be sleeping. It also strokes the alpha's ego to think it takes me hours or even days to recover from his, as you put it, small dick. When dinner gets here, we'll know if the girls cleaning me up was telling the truth. Even without my wolf, I can smell the herbs in the food. You were right. They really aren't good at this part. If you twist your thumb, you can dislocate it just enough, without doing too much damage. She looks at me with a bored expression. Oh, so you're helping me now? I ask sarcastically. After that conversation, I guess. You have had 2, maybe 3 people helping out. No one has ever reached out to me in all the time I have been here. Maybe your little witch friend is right, and you're special or something. But you're the best chance of being free. And besides, if you leave and I am still here, Michal will find a way to blame me for it, and probably torture me to death. If I'm going to die, I might as well die fighting. The dark look in her eyes tells me there's more going on here, but I don't push. I'll take all the help I can get. Like the girl said, our stew was brought to us and the herbs were different. I didn't smell the belladonna or wolfsbane. What I did smell opened up my senses, like just the fragrance was giving me energy. Do you smell that? I asked Gina. She said, eat it all. I guess this is the moment of truth. Gina just sits there and watches me waiting to see what happens, I guess. She must still not believe that we are being helped by someone in this group. I won't even call them a pack, because I bet most of them are here by force, and being kept under duress or manipulation like Tyler. I take and bite, and I can feel an explosion of electricity jolt through my body. I look right at Gina. I can only imagine what my face looks like, but whatever it is, it's enough to motivate her to start eating. We both devour our food like we haven't eaten in years. Maybe for Gina, that is the case. I can feel my muscles buzz, and I feel a pressure in my head, but it isn't painful like a headache. When I finish my whole bowl, I look up at Gina and can see color returning to her face, and her hair is no longer dull and flat. Whatever is in here, I need to make sure I have on every mission, just in case. Aw, damn. I haven't felt this good in a really long time. You know some witches in high places. This couldn't have been easy to sneak into us if you could smell the difference. I don't know why, but I don't tell her about my extra strength sense of smell. I still haven't had the chance to talk to Alpha Reggie about all of my so-called abilities, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I don't know if you caught on, but most of the guys here watching us are not that bright. We both giggle. So, did your little helper tell you when we were supposed to bust out of here? Gina asks. She just said to eat everything and we should be able to make contact with our wolves by morning. I shrug, still working on my left cuff. With my newfound strength, I am hoping to get a hand out before someone comes in to check on us. I think if you twist it just a bit more, you'll be able to get it out, Gina says helpfully. You know, you could be doing the same thing, right? Why on earth would I do that? If you get free and get the keys away from the goons watching us, you can just let me out. There is no sense in both of us being injured. I roll my eyes at her, but she kind of has a point. Kind of. Just as I start to feel the widest part of my hand slip through the large cuff, the sound of jangling keys and footsteps can be heard outside the door. I grunt as I try to pull my hand completely free. My heart is pounding with adrenaline. It's now or never. I have to get free before the door is opened. I am sweating with the effort and the panic as I tug my hand relentlessly, not caring about how much damage I am doing now. Just as the door swings open, my hand slips through and the shackle clatters to the floor. Thank the goddess for the loud laughter that booms through the opening at the same time. I quickly tuck my free hand behind my back as our usual 3 idiot keepers walk in. Well, it looks like it's going to be your turn tonight, sweetheart. I hope you can handle the alpha. He's had his whole brood of girls warming him up all night getting ready just for you. Jerkface sneers at me. Was that supposed to scare me? If Mike has been wasting all of his swimmers on other girls, he's dumber than I thought. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you're hiding. I'm going to have sweet dreams tonight. Jerkface number 2 says. Okay, I hope you enjoy your hand. I raise my eyebrow at him. Since your alpha doesn't share any women with you, apparently, I need to make them all approach me. And I figure the best way is to make them want to hit me. Jerkface has the keys, though. So no matter what I do, I can't let him leave the room. He shares plenty with us, number 3 says lamely. I highly doubt that. He doesn't want anyone to be able to compare all the pencil DX running around here. Gina stifles a laugh. I'll show you there's no pencil DX around here. Number 2 steps closer, starting to unbutton his pants. Leave her for the alpha. You heard the orders. No one touches her before him. Jerkface stops too from stepping forward. That's because he doesn't want us to make fun of him for being the smallest. Gina chimes in, adding to their irritation. He's not actually an alpha, and none of you are actually warriors. It's why you all have to keep us chained up on top of locked in a cell and drugged. She smiles menacingly at them all. You dumb B-teach. Number 3 shouts. You're locked up here. Who's the weak one? Not really sure. I would have to fight each of you to tell you who is the weakest. They all growl at her. She's better at taunting than I could have imagined. This is great. Only a weak wolf would put this much effort into arguing about how strong they are. Any ranked wolf would have ended the conversation by now. I think Jerkface number 3 is the weakest. I look over at her and then back to them. That's why he always enters last and doesn't get to carry the keys. She nods in agreement. I see what you mean. We keep talking like we are discussing a piece of abstract art. Number 2 is always schlepping something, so he's a bit low on the totem pole. But not as low as the one with no job at all. They're all growling now. They said the alpha is coming for me. I need those keys. I'm racking my brain for what will send them over the edge to attack me. Then my wolf blasts into my head and gives them a challenging growl. Only another wolf would understand. All 3 lunge at me. I'm quick to kick number 3 over to Gina's corner of the tiny cell. She wraps her arms around his neck, using her chains like a noose, and ridding the world of one sadistic idiot quickly. I swing my free hand wildly and don't hit anything. Number 2 is quick to laugh at me until he hears the jangle of keys as I toss them to Gina, then punch him in the face, while I kick my legs out to trip Jerkface as he turns to try and intercept the keys. Gina gets her feet unlocked before Jerkface can scramble over to her, and number 2 is righting himself in front of me. I pull my elbow back to knock number 2 in the other cheek, but I am just short and hit his nose, spraying me, and anything around me in blood pouring from his nose. I hear grunting from the other side of the room, but I can't look. Number 2 wasn't as fazed by the blow to the nose as I would have hoped, and he has started taking clumsy swings at me. He's not doing any damage, though, which allows me to listen to my surroundings. I hear several thuds and slaps as contact is being made, but I don't know if Gina is winning or losing her fight. The next thing I know, a small arm wraps around number 2's throat, and his head is whipped to the side as Gina breaks his neck. She lets him drop in front of me with a crazed look in her eye. Gina. The keys, Gina. We have to go, I shouted at her. Sure, someone somewhere felt those 3 dies. A true alpha would have felt them die. She blinks a few times, then seems to come back to the present as she rushes over to get the keys from where she dropped them and releases me. Where now? She asks me. No idea. WHAT. We just killed 3 people for UNOT to know where to go next. The girl said the moon goddess would guide us. As I finish the sentence, a small flash goes off to my right, and my wolf nudges me, so I take off, Gina hot on my heels. I don't stop to admire the scenery, but we are in some kind of underground dungeon or prison. There are hallways lined with doors like ours. The stone that lines the walls and floor is caked in years' worth of dirt and mold and who knows what else. 2 more turns and then we reach a stone staircase. I can see light through the cracks in the wooden door that seems to be set into the floor at the top of the stairs like a cellar. We can hear voices too, but they are too muffled to make out what is being said. But the smell of cooked meats and vegetables tells me it's probably the kitchen. Where now? If we stay here too long, we are going to get caught. I know, but I haven't seen any other signs yet. Give me a minute. I take another look around, and there it is, a flash at the end of the hall, just past the stairs. There, I point. We have to get past the stairs unseen, then through that door. We both take a deep breath in and then start running. We don't look around or behind us, which probably isn't the smartest idea, but we are just focused on getting to the door. Once we both reach the shadow of the stairs, I quietly turn the handle and crack the door open, ready to fight, but wanting some kind of idea of what we might be up against. The dark room only has 1 candle lit in the center, which is about the same illumination we always have. I really hope it isn't in the middle of the day when we get outside, or we will both be blind. Just as I step forward, a hand reaches out to grab me, and I instinctively take a swing. Cock. I guess I deserved that, but seriously, that fucking hurt. Robbie is holding his ear. He reaches out for me again as I move to step around him. Don't step in the circle. It's the witch's wheel. That totem is what is keeping us hidden, and our scent blocked. Once you step through it, you become a part of the spell. It is energized by each person that crosses into it, and it's permanently binding. He gives me a pained look. That's what the girl meant by taking out as many people as I could on my way out of here. It weakens the spell Mike has going. I just nod. Let's get you out of here. Robbie turns and Gina grabs my arm. He's one of them, she hisses. Why are you trusting him? Really, I have no idea. But the girl said, trust my instincts, and I don't think Robbie wants to hurt me. I don't think he ever wanted to hurt me. He didn't want me involved. That's why he was always irritated when Mina and I were around. I just do. Let's go. I'll explain when we are out of this hellhole. She stays close to me, but I can feel her tension spike. She's looking for the trap she thinks he set, and I probably should too. We move around the dark circular room, into another hallway that is definitely not used based on the smell of decaying rodents. I'm very glad for my wolf senses, so I can see without the help of any light, and I hate them based on the smell that is giving me a stomachache. I can feel and smell us going higher and higher. The incline of the narrow passage is getting steeper, but it is so tight that I can put a hand out and use the walls on either side of me to help propel me forward. The air is getting thinner and cleaner. I can smell the fresh spring air as we get closer to the surface. I have no idea how long we have been walking. My sense of time has been badly skewed. Something about not having a window or a clock will do that to a person. We finally get to an entrance, and Robbie stops, putting his hand out to keep us from going around him and running mindlessly to our freedom. Wait, there's a patrol out right now. We need to time this right. It won't be long until your absence is noticed, and trust me, Mike was blown and ready for you both tonight. That is so gross. I let the stutter roll through me. He is probably cursed and is firing blanks if he's having that much SX and not getting any of the girls pregnant. I quip, trying to see what Robbie sees. Not for me. I have an IUD. That F-cur was just too stupid to think to check. Gina says next to me. It's the most confident words I've heard from her. Seriously? He's had you for over a year, and when you never conceived, he didn't have you checked by one of the pack doctors? Robbie asks incredulously. It's been over a year now? Damn. I've been in that hole too long. She breathes in and then out with her eyes closed. If he was too stupid to think of something that simple, while blaming you for not getting pregnant on purpose, then he doesn't deserve to procreate, Robbie says. Get ready. He looks down at his watch. We have about 3 more minutes, and then you both need to run like hell. What about you? He'll kill you if he finds out you helped us. He's bound to kill me anyway. He thought you were interested in me after Tyler pissed you off. He's so insecure he can't get anyone to follow him without manipulation and spell work, even though he has Alpha King blood running through his veins. He also can't produce an heir, no matter how many girls he sleeps with, whether by choice or by force. He winks at me. I honestly think he might be losing his mind and his grip on any type of reality. I don't want to be a part of it. I never did. But there was no other choice, and the only way out of this for me now is to die. Is that why you were being weird the day you all captured me? You were trying to piss him off? Not really, but it was a bonus. I didn't know he gave Tyler the hands-off order, but he failed to give it to everyone. I just wanted to see how far I could push Tyler, and if I could get him to admit that he still wanted you. How much time? Gina asks gruffly from next to me, breaking our tense conversation. The last pass for the next 30 minutes should be going by any second now. As he finishes the sentence, we see 2 patrol wolves run by. Faster than a jog, but not like they were in a hurry to get somewhere. As soon as they clear that bank of trees, we can go. I will take you as far as I can. I'm still bound to this place and to my command. There is only so much work around I can find. Go, he whispers to us and takes off. We are running as fast as our weakened muscles will take us. Gina was locked up for over a year. I have no idea how long I was in there, but it can't have been more than a week or 2. My body hurts and my muscles are screaming, but I keep looking back to make sure Gina is right behind me. I will carry her if I have to. She deserves to be free. Almost there. Robbie shouts over his shoulder, and I feel myself start to smile. But it was too soon to celebrate. A gray and white patched wolf barrels into Robbie, and Gina and I both scream. Keep running. You're almost there, he yells at us while trying to hold the wolf off. But slow down. I can't just let him die for us. Not like this. I have to help, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to do any good, or if it will just make everything worse and get us caught again. I can't do that to Gina either. I am torn between saving these 2 people. Gina gets past me and yells, "Let him go. He chose his fate," as she continues to run aimlessly away from the underground prison that has been her home for so long. I can't just let him die. He helped us out. He needs at least a fair fight. There is nothing fair about any of this. Let's go. She keeps running, leaving me behind, but I know I will easily be able to catch up. I look around and see no one else near us. I take a chance and run at Robbie, shifting in midair. I jump on top of the gray wolf and sink my teeth in the space between his neck and shoulder. I taste the blood filling my mouth, and I open to take another bite out of the howling monster's shoulder. I make eye contact with Robbie, hopefully letting him know I want him to fight his way out of this, before I jump off and turn back to Gina. I stay in my wolf form, feeling stronger like this. When I reach her, I kneel down next to her so she can climb on. We will be faster this way. She doesn't hesitate and jumps up to my wolf's shoulders. Before I can run, I am hit from the back and Gina goes flying off. It's Tyler's dark gray wolf and he looks possessed, ready to kill me for his alpha. I am not going down without a fight. He sold me out even when his mate was cheating on him and then died for her crimes. He still gave me to his sick and twisted alpha. This will end with his death. I let my anger surge and fuel my actions. He tries to circle me, but I won't let him get between me and Gina. I snap at him every time he gets too close. He growls and lunges, but he is no match for my skill, I quickly find out. For all the appearance of training that they do, they are no stronger than humans. I injure him over and over again. Every time he lunges at me, he's slower than the last, bleeding from the many wounds and scratches I have inflicted. And then I see it. His eyes looking straight into my soul. He wants to die. He wants to finally be with his mate the way she never would in life. He wants out of this hell as much as Gina and I. He's not trying to fight me. He's trying to goad me. I quickly change back so I can tell him off once and for all. You don't deserve an easy death or my sympathy. You're just as bad as Mike for trapping me, and who knows how many other people here. F off. Find another person to take you out of this world, you coward. I turn and run towards where I saw Gina fall. I see her brown hair in the grass. She isn't moving, so I race to her faster and flip her over. Gina, talk to me. She groans and then coughs. I haven't been thrown around in a while. This sucks. She tries for a joke. I shift again and nuzzle her onto my back. I won't be able to run as fast if she doesn't hang on, so I hope she figures that out quickly. More growling sounds behind me as more wolves join the fight. So much for having a 30-minute head start. I take off. I can't look back anymore. Gina is right. Tyler and Robbie chose their fates, and they need to live or die with those choices. I just hope Robbie finds a way out for his redemption. My wolf runs and runs. We just keep following the flashes of light we've been seeing since we got out of our cell. I hope it really is the moon goddess guiding me, and not my imagination looking for things in the middle of nowhere. I feel a whoosh of hot air blow past me as we pass from an open prairie to a grove of trees, and then my brain explodes with the sounds of voices. Voices I have missed yelling and screaming my name. Skylar. Midge, little one. Thank the goddess. We're on our way. Hold tight. Can you talk to me? Hi, Alpha Reggie. Hey, guys. It's all I can sob over the mind link. I can feel the tears streaming from my wolf's eyes and onto her fur. They can hear us. I think to my wolf. Are we really finally out of that? We are for now, sweet girl. I don't think they are following us anymore. Even at her words, I don't slow down. I want as much distance as possible between us and that horrible place. Alpha Reggie, I have someone with me, and she's going to need some medical attention. They've had her for a year. Get Doc Sylvia, no one else. On it, little one. Nicholas, Gentry is still alive, but she isn't with me. I'm sorry I couldn't get to her, but she helped us escape. It's okay, Midge. She knows what she's doing. I can still feel her. I know she's okay. I'm glad she was able to help you. We're almost there. I keep running and running, feeling the pull my brand now has towards my team and my family. I just want to go home. After what I saw, I don't know if I'm cut out to do these kinds of missions. Not for the first time since I was captured. I think about how adamant everyone was that I am too young to be here, and I was too stubborn to listen. The horrors I saw while I was there, and I didn't even leave the cell we were in, and Gina went through so much worse. I hope we are both okay after this. I know I won't be the same. I can't imagine how Gina feels. Osistin and Alpha Reggie said they were close, but my ability to judge time is so off. I don't know how long I have been running with Gina on my back. I just know that my whole body is throbbing and my muscles burn from the exertion. The question is, am I out of shape because of how long we were captured and malnourished? Or have I been running for days? Where are they? My wolf starts to slow down. We haven't heard the sounds of paws behind us since I heard the voices of my team, but I wasn't taking any chances. I just can't push her anymore. She slows to a walk. We need food and water or we are never going to make it to them. Hey, guys? Are you still there? We're coming, little one. You're farther than we thought. Keep following your pull. Alpha Reggie detoured to get Doc Sylvia like you asked. That's the problem. I don't know how much farther I can go with no food or water. We aren't exactly battle-ready here. I huff at them. I can't be angry at them. They don't know and they don't understand. I'm so sorry, Midge. Have your wolf take you to water. You need that first. Slow down and use your survival skills. We're coming. I can hear his breathing increase, letting me know he increased his speed. Nicholas has always treated me more like a little sister, like Mateo and Sam. His protective instinct kicks into high gear at the first sign of trouble for me. Keep talking to us. Tell me what you see. Are you serious right now? Of course, it will help us find you and help you focus your brain on what is real. Nicholas, I'm running in the forest and the sun is going down. So what I see are trees and vegetation that grows around trees. There's my smartass. He huffs at me, and I hear other chuckles of the team listening to our banter. I think everyone is probably wound up and needs to let out some tension. Look around, tell me which direction the mountains are. Give me something to look for to make this faster. My wolf looks around so I can get a good view with her amazing eyesight. The mountains are under me. We have been running through them for a while. We aren't going very high up, though. I can smell water to the southeast of us. I'm going to head that way. I don't know how far it is, though, and it's not exactly in the direction my brand is pulling towards you guys. Who am I even tracking right now? It can't be the whole team. No one answers for a moment, and it makes me worried even though I can still feel my pull to them. The silence is suffocating. Osistin is who you are tracking. We were trying to find the fastest way to you without shifting. You both need medical supplies and can't risk not having everything with us. William just got us an overview of the area. We think you're in the middle of the Baxter State Park Mountains. Try to find a cave to hold up in near the water. I nod and then realize they can't see me. Okay. Can you keep talking, please? I can't hide the desperation in my voice. I need this to be real, even if I have lost my mind. It can be real in my head for as long as possible. It's the only thing that keeps me moving forward. They each take turns telling me stories. Some are stupid and completely made up, and others are just what happened at the training compound recently. I tell them about what I see, and when I come across a human scent. It lets me know when I am getting too close to a hiking trail or campground. And as much as I would love to see real people, it's the last thing I need when I'm in my wolf form and have a half-unconscious person riding on my back. I finally get to a large body of water that has cut a deep ravine through this section of mountain. I stop and sit, letting Gina slide off with a thud. Ow, rude. A little warning next time. I focus on shifting back, then look at her. She is still really pale. How are you? I ask tentatively, moving towards the water to get a drink. I cup my hands, intending to take a small sip, but once the cool liquid passes my lips, a frenzy takes over and I keep scooping up handfuls until my stomach hurts. When I look back, Gina still hasn't moved. She is just staring out at the water. "You need to drink. It will make you feel better to have clean water for the first time in probably a year." She still doesn't move. I walk over to her and place a hand gently on her shoulder, and she startles, looking at me, like she's never seen me before. I don't say a word. Words won't help her right now. Her mind has just started processing that she is out, and probably the safest she has been in a very long time. The shock is starting to set in. I reach my hand down to her and smile, and just wait for her to decide to take it. I won't make any decisions for her. She has to choose to heal and get better, which means she has to choose to trust me out here, like I trusted her in our prison. She slowly lifts her hand to mine and lets me pull her up. We walk hand in hand like that to the edge of the water and kneel together. I take my hands and scoop some water and take a small drink. Then she mimics me like a pup, trying to do it for the first time. She does the same thing I did at first, and just keeps taking in the delicious liquid like a child eating ice cream for the first time. She sits back and lets the cool water lap at her feet. I do the same. It is nothing a human would be fit to swim in, but the temperature feels great to us. I start to wash at my dirt-caked feet, and then the exposed portions of my arms, and finally my face. Gina does the same. The clean, cool water is invigorating in more than one way. I just need to find a cave big enough for the two of us, up high enough that most humans won't come near it, and be able to start a fire to keep us comfortable as the night inevitably cools down. It took us a little bit of time to find something suitable, but this seemed to be something that Gina was able to help me with, so she's at least trying and not lost in her head over the memories of the last year. We get a little fire going just outside the entrance, and I let the team know what to look for and to approach with caution if they come in the night. I don't know how Gina is going to react to strangers rushing at us, even if they are here to help.